So let's talk about how you can get yourself listed on the Google map. The first thing you need to do is claim your Google Places listing. If you haven't already done this, some of you might have done this and it's old information, but some of you haven't. The latest statistics from Google indicate that something like 90% of small business owners haven't taken the time to properly claim their Google Places listing. So if you haven't done this, write it down and go do it immediately. You want to go to google.com/places, and that's just a back-end administrative area for Google that actually gives you the ability to say, this is my company, this is my address, this are the services that we offer. And by doing that, it's not going to really improve your placement in the Google Places area, but it's going to at least secure the listing, knowing that it's yours and knowing that it at least is going to be showing up somewhere on the map, whether that's page 1 or page 15. At least you've got the first step in place. Claim your Google Places listing. And I have a guide that he mentioned earlier that takes you step by step through how to do some of these things. So I'll give you an opportunity at the end if you want to download that guide or get access to it. It's completely free, but it really explains this to you on an implementation type perspective, how you can do it. The next thing you want to do is you want to build out your Google Places listing. If you've ever looked at some of those map listings on Google, you notice the majority of them maybe just have the company name and address and phone number, where some of them have additional information. They've got pictures, they've got videos. So as you claim your Google Places listing, you have the opportunity to add additional stuff without any additional cost. This is completely free. Google gives this to you because they want their search engine to be valuable to the consumer, so they'll continue to search on Google. So we found that by going in and adding photos, adding videos, being sure that you use the right keywords, some of the keywords I'm going to be sharing with you later in the presentation, you're going to improve your probability of showing up higher on the Google map. My thought is you want to have at least 10 photos and make them real pictures. Don't just put up stock photography. Upload your logo, upload a picture of your trucks, upload a picture of the team. These types of things convert a lot better than just stock photography. The other thing you want to do is you want to optimize your website from an SEO perspective. And I'll be sharing with you a specific SEO, search engine optimization strategy. But suffice it to say, you want your page to say your city plus your services plus your company name consistently throughout the website. And so when Google goes to your Google Places listing and then looks at your website, that reiterates what's listed on your Google Places listing. These are the things that are going to help improve placement on the search engines in the map area. The other thing you need to do, and we found that there's certain things you can control, right? Building out your website, optimizing your website, claiming your Google Places listing, those you can control. There are other things that you can't necessarily control, but you need to have a strategy in place in order to maximize placement. And getting reviews is essential. If you look at the listings that show up on the map, you'll see some of them, they all say how many reviews. Some of them say 0, some of them have hundreds and hundreds of reviews. We found that the companies that get reviews from legitimate customers in their service area have a high probability of showing up on the map. So you want to have a proactive strategy to get reviews from your real happy customers and have them go online and write a review for you on Google Places.
How can you control what the reviews are so we can get that category of folks that are mad just because they blew that thing?
Right. You really can't. What you can do is provide good service, be proactive. You don't necessarily have to invite everyone to write a review for you, but if somebody says, hey, wow, you guys came out on time, you had clean technicians, I really loved the fact that you did this, that, or the other, have some business cards printed with your Google Places listing on it, and say, hey, it'd be great if you could go online and write a review for us. We'd really appreciate that. Having that part of your business process is going to foster getting more reviews, and hopefully positive reviews. Interestingly, though, we found that the quality of the review, at least from a placement perspective, is less important than the number of reviews. So if you had 10 reviews and 3 of them were 2 stars, these people are jerks, that doesn't hurt your placement. Because the reality is you're always going to get some negative feedback. And if all you had was 10 perfect 5-star reviews, how legitimate is that? Are they working the system to get these reviews? The other important component of that is don't try and game the system. Don't set up a Gmail account and write a review, and then write 5 reviews and have all your employees write reviews. Google can look at the IP address of the person that wrote the review. They can look at the online profile of the person that wrote the review, and they'll realize if you're trying to game the system. So you want to have a strategy that creates real authentic reviews. The other thing that's a little less known for getting placement in the search engines is the idea of getting citations and having a consistent name, address, phone number profile, or your NAP. In SEO terms, they call it the NAP. It's kind of like your thumbprint on the internet. You want to make sure that on all of the places where your company is listed, whether it's the Chamber of Commerce, whether it's City Search, whether it's Angie's List, that you use the same exact spelling of your company name, you use the same address, and you use your core company phone number. I'm a big advocate for having tracking numbers on the website so you can track how many calls are coming in, but on your online listings, you need to use that primary number, preferably the number that you used when you set up your business years ago, because the longer that phone number has been online or active and it's been associated with your company, we find that that's a major determinant in placement on the search engines. So there's a lot of places where you can go and get citations. Some of the easy, low-hanging fruit that are completely free are the Yahoo.com, BingLocal.com, Yelp, Angie's List, Judy's Book. And just go on those sites, make sure that your name, address, and phone number are listed in there. You can also get a link back to your website. That's a way to create citations. Citations are really the secret sauce behind placement on the search engines. Having places online that reference your company name, address, and phone number consistently, having reviews and a built-out Google Places listing is going to improve your placement on the search engines in the map area. So let's move on to organic. Well, actually, did anybody have questions about the map before I move on? Okay.
The only question I have is you haven't put any information out on Lincoln or Lincoln?
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think you want to be actively involved in LinkedIn is a social media website.
Yeah.
So I mean, having a profile on LinkedIn is a great place to network with other like-minded folks and become better known online. It's also a good source for a citation. If you have a LinkedIn company profile, guess what? You get to list your name, address, and phone number there. When Google searches the internet, it says, okay, here they are on LinkedIn, here they are on City Search, here they are on all these places. So yeah, absolutely.
For some of our contractors, we're fairly heavy or predominant in commercial market, not so much in the residential market.
Sure.
My company, for example, is about 30% of our business is residential, service work, and so forth. And the remaining percentage is commercial.
Sure.
How does the internet or LinkedIn is a good way to go about that, I assume, in order to reach out and make contact with some of our general contractor and larger commercial sort of
we have a contractor we work with in Miami that's almost like kind of similar to you, 70 or 80% commercially based. The strategy just changes a little bit. Instead of focusing on plumber, emergency plumber, toilet repair, those types of terms, you focus on the commercially related terms. Commercial plumbing contractor, commercial HVAC contractor, and you can make sure you're showing up in the places that these people are searching. And then as far as using LinkedIn in order to connect with the contractors that you want to be able to connect with, you can definitely do that. I mean, it's a good strategy. Then it would be a matter of setting up a LinkedIn profile and then inviting your prospective prospects or your prospective clients to connect with you on LinkedIn.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video that you just saw and hope you got a lot of value out of it. If you'd like to see more videos like that and get more tips and strategies, go to plumberseo.net/free. There you actually find a implementation guide that we developed. It's 55 pages, and it takes you step by step through how to implement these ideas and tactics in your business. How to claim your map listing, how to optimize it so that you show up when someone types in, plumber or HVAC plus your city, how you can leverage social media, and how you can optimize your website. So go to plumberseo.net/free, and we'll send that guide out to you completely free of charge.